welcome to the Tales from an IT Expert. Listen to the recounting of the stories of the excruciating and unthankful work of IT business. Enjoy the show.
Heya. Lennoth here. I've spent the last 3 years at an IT service house. From customer support, over network management, client implementation and training, to server integration and building full networks ground up, I've seen a lot of it. Most of the time while interacting with the customer. During this time, I've experienced a lot of weird things which I want to share with you. Not a single incident, but a common theme when interacting with customers via email or phone. I'm not sure how support is handled in other companies, so I'll just tell how it worked at the one I've been working at. We have support hotlines and support mailboxes. If a customer needs something to be fixed, they call the hotline or write an email to our automated support mailbox. Their ticket then shows up in all first and second level support employees. In general, an available first-level technician assigns the ticket to themselves and begins working on it, most of the time by calling back and asking a few questions about the problem. Due to how this works, customers may get another technician for every ticket, or even multiple technicians at the same ticket, in some cases. This system ensures that new tickets are always worked at, as soon as one technician is available. But customers love to have a favorite technician. As soon as they're contacted by a technician, some customers save this one technician's email address and/or phone number. Their issue is resolved and they're happy about the technician's work. But then the problem begins. The next time they want to open a ticket, they call this one technician whose contact information they've saved. Of course, this one specific technician may be unavailable, sick, at an appointment with another customer, not even working right now, or even left the company. This is even worse with mails. The customer writes an email and is waiting for a response in our promised 8-hour respond time. But by trying to reach a technician, they're bypassing all ticket systems. So, if the technician isn't available, no one else knows about the customer's issue. And making things worse, if the technician is available and starts working on this issue with no active ticket, the customer is pretty much receiving free support from us. Big no-go. Because of this, we've introduced a zero-tolerance policy with those cases. First contact is to be made via the official support hotlines. Support mails received in technicians' mailboxes are forwarded to support, causing additional processing time. And no matter how often we try to explain this thing to our customers, they still love to have favorite technicians. Most of our customers are medical facilities of some sort, mainly rest homes for old people. And during my 3 years' work, I've been at a lot of them. This one time, I was working in a rest home for old people, replacing their out-of-date fire alarm system. Most of the time when we do work like this, the places aren't closed, so we naturally come into contact with the nurses and their residents. At this facility, the nurses and other staff of the place were extremely friendly to us. They offered us a room in the basement to store our stuff, another room with couches and furnished like your old people living room for breaks, and even allowed us to get to their canteen and get food for free at lunchtime. We got the same food the residents got, and usually took our meals to the living room that was provided to us. One day, as I was standing in line to get my food, one of their residents approached me with an expression somewhere between "please help me" and "where am I?" I have some experience with dementia and Alzheimer and could tell that this guy had something in that spectrum, just from the look he gave me. As he came into reach, he grabbed my arm with a strength you'd not expect from a man of his age and began to hastily tell me to bring him to his car. He kept going, saying that he was told to eat his meal, after which someone picks him up and get him home. For a moment I was just as confused as he was, given I was clearly wearing my work pants and even the jacket with the name of our company. Then I remembered some stories my sister told me, who's coincidentally working as a nurse for dementia patients. I kept calm and put my plate away, turning to the old man, and made my biggest mistake of that day. I tried to explain to him that I'm just a technician and that he should get one of the nurses. Of course, he was too far away to understand what I'm saying and kept asking me about the car that's supposed to get him and that I should bring him there. We kept going back and forth like this for a moment, until another resident, an old lady with all her mental capacity intact, approached us and handled the situation much better than I did. She began asking him about the meal he mentioned, TKing his hand and leading him back to where he came from. I didn't see how their situation ended, but from how she managed him, I guess it was much better than my experience. This guy. Yes, my fellow IT engineers. I'm talking about that guy. This one customer. He's an aged man, somewhere between his late 50s to mid-60s. He's the head of some industrial company he built himself, which was going extremely well for some time. But stagnation in both technical interest and modernizing their systems is slowly degenerating their company for years. He's noticing losses in productivity, but is calling his employees to be the reason for this. After a lot of arguing, he's hiring your company to help him build a more modern, stable and secure system. Which is easier said than done, given he has one server, which provides all critical infrastructure for his company. And this server has no backups, and it runs on a 12-year-old OS with no manufacturer support, and no firewall runs on it because of this. Despite this, he's the most relaxed man regarding his network, while somehow being the most hastily man you've ever seen if things don't work at the very first try. He's constantly forgetting admin passwords, so he resets them without informing his IT service provider. He's ordering a state-of-the-art cloud-based network system which would fix all of his problems, just to cancel it last second, because he wants his servers on premise in his own house. He's not seeing the writing on the wall, even after his extremely outdated server is running on already borrowed time, with your technicians and IT experts doing whatever they can to keep it going for just another week. Every week. For 2 years. He's constantly restarting this server, no matter how often you beg him not to, because you can't guarantee the server to properly start up anymore. And he has a favorite technician, always sending his mails to this one guy, no matter how often you try to make him take the official support route. Edit a bit more information for story 1, after reading some comments. We never give out our private contact data. Even giving out our personal business data is quite unusual. But when working in a 5-story building with the customer's own technician running from place to place, people tend to give out their business mobile number for easy communication. Also, we always give our names to all emails we write, as one does. That's how information is passed to customers and begins to spread. Also, we have an online ticket system, where customers can make their own tickets, but only a handful of them actually use it. Most prefer a more personal approach and call us. But giving you all the benefit of a doubt, we're a quite small and relatively new company, so there's absolutely some stuff that could be done better, on our side.